been removed. No suspects are in custody as the investigation at the scene continues. Oil storage units continue to burn out of control at the huge Texaco refinery near the Texas-Louisiana border.
We often associate horror and anxiety with certain visual symbols or motifs, like how a shower subconsciously makes us think of vulnerability, or how teeth makes us feel like helpless prey. The question is, how can a horror video game employ these visual ideas to build anxiety and terror? Resident Evil 7 is an exemplar in building anxiety in us, the players, through these symbols and motifs. A first example would be the motif of the chainsaw.
I mean, we know that chainsaw has something to do with cannibalism, but the word cannibalism is never used. It's only inferred. You can only assume that. I wanted for the audience to be able to piece the puzzle together without being told.
Like in Tobe Hooper's film The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, game developer Capcom in Resident Evil 7 uses the chainsaw to imply the presence of cannibalism and the destruction of human flesh. With that, we, the player, feel the fragility of our own bodies in the presence of these vicious carnivores, so to speak.
That boy's got to eat. He got to have his supper. Come here, boy.
Another motif deals with family. In only the first 2 hours of the game, we are assaulted with corrupted images of the family, in another clear homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The main antagonists of the game, the Baker family, coerce and mutilate the main character, in a depraved twist of the classic American family dinner. Right before this scene, the main character even has his hand chainsawed off by his possessed wife, which reinforces the image of the perverse mutation of the American family. We are rendered alone and vulnerable in the face of decaying familial structures. A final motif deals with the presence of empty spaces.
You'll notice the goal here was to tie in a lot of unknowns. All this contributes to giving off feelings of anxiety and ultimately fear.
Media like Resident Evil and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre make us feel the presence of an unknown force that may or may not appear. Nevertheless, that presence is felt as we approach. In employing these symbols and motifs, Resident Evil 7, in merely the first 2 hours of the game, builds anxiety in us, the players, through the terrifying power of association, like how an empty hallway or the presence of decaying meat can tap into our deepest fears of our own impending demise.
This was supposed to be a very special feast.
And with that, Resident Evil 7 is not just a video game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please take a look at a comedy Let's Play of Resident Evil 7 that I did with comedy legend I'm a Pizza. It should be tagged at the end of the video, so be sure to click on that to check it out. Thank you and stay tuned.